Hey everyone, Tech OG here, representing those who are 40 and up who love their tech. And this video is going to be a review on a recent purchase I've made on eBay. It's going to be on the Samsung NX Mini camera. And before I do the review, let me give you a quick scenario on why I purchased it and why I'm doing this review. So, in the past, I've always been interested in photography and looking at certain cameras, different cameras that can, take good pictures. So, some years back, I purchased a Sony NEX5 camera with interchangeable lenses, and that was a really great camera for me. I mean, like I said, I'm no professional photographer, but it did justice when it came to taking pictures. And I bought some interchangeable lenses for it and bought an adapter to use alpha lenses with it. And so I had the E-mount lenses, made for the camera, and I also, like I said, different lenses with the mounts. So, I mean, like I said, it was a great camera and everything, but carrying the camera and the lenses in a separate bag, when I went on vacation, and having that bag on my person, weighing me down, things like that, just told me that I needed to get a smaller compact camera that can take great pictures, that had interchangeable lenses. And at that time, I mean, the NEX5 was a small camera, but like I said, having all those lenses with me, just made it cumbersome to carry all that stuff. So I kept looking and looking and looking, and came across, and this was, I don't know how many years back, 5-6 years, came across a video from MH, is it Marcus? I forgot his last name. But the famous YouTuber that is doing a lot of tech videos and stuff. I'll get your name in a minute. You the man and everything. But I checked out one of his videos, and he ranted and raved about the Sony RX100 Mark III. And because I watched this video, and seen him use it, seen him talk about it, I decided to buy this camera for myself. It's not an interchangeable lens camera, but it does have a Carl Zeiss lens. So I purchased it, and I've used it for a good while. I mean, bought accessories for it, bought this little hump thing, to hold it nicely. Got this leather sticker outing on the cover. Bought a screen protector for it. And this, like I said, the camera's cool. Got a viewfinder, as you can see. As soon as you open it up, turns on the camera. And what I really like about Sony cameras, the shutter speed is fantastic. I mean, when I'm ready to take a picture, you just click hold, get the focus, bam, look how fast that is. This was my camera. Love this camera. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Like I said, they had the instant viewfinder, and they have instant pop-up flash. Look at that. Doesn't have a hot shoe, but have some of the things that you would normally use on a hot shoe, such as a flash. Has a pretty good microphone on it, and a lot of my, or probably 95% of my videos that I have on YouTube have been shot with this camera. So the video quality is great, photo quality is great. Having all these features with the viewfinder, pop-up flash, great camera. But I've missed having interchangeable lenses. So I've done research in looking for a camera that's small that had interchangeable lenses. And I don't know how I didn't know about this camera while looking, for this one. How I didn't know about the Samsung NX Mini. So I did some research and went on eBay and started looking for that particular camera. So while I went through eBay looking for that particular camera, I've seen some under $100 that was just the body, and looked at the lenses that came out for it. There was a 9mm pancake, 17mm, and those are all prime lenses, so no zoom. And they have also had the 9mm to 27mm lens, and that came with the camera. Actually, when you bought the camera, when it first came out, and it came out in 2014, so this camera is pretty much 4.5 years old. When it came out, you could have bought it with your 9mm lens or the 9 to 27mm lens. And the 9 to 27mm lens added $100 to the cost. So when it came out, not a lot of people bought it or whatnot, and so didn't do too well. I mean, Samsung made a couple of pretty cool cameras, you know, to compete with Sony, Canon, Nikon, and other brands, but they just didn't launch as well as, you know, their competitors. So Sony got out of the camera biz. But you don't know me, wanted to know about the NX Mini. So I did some research and went on eBay, and there was only one auction that piqued my interest. Like I said, there's still some cameras being sold, but there was one that piqued my interest because even though Samsung is out of the camera business, when they did get into the business, you know, there were third-party companies or other companies that were investing into the camera, and so there were adapters that were made for the camera so that you can use other companies' lenses with the camera. So there's adapters for Canon lenses, adapters for Pentax, Nikon, even Sony E-mounts, or even their alpha mounts, E-mounts. So lots of different adapters that were made for this camera. And like I said, I was interested in this particular auction because this auction came with the 9mm lens, also with the 9 to 27mm lens, so he had a little zoom. And those lenses were made by Samsung for the camera, and so when it comes to focusing, they focus, I'm talking super fast, as fast as the Sony NA-X5 that I had. So that's what I really appreciated about those lenses. But also, this person who had this camera that sold it to me also bought the very, very rare, and I can say rare right now, the very, very rare Samsung NX to NX Mini adapter. Now that particular adapter, which is this thing right here, allowed you to use the adapters for the Samsung NX series cameras, and those had bigger lenses. So this is, like I said, the mini version of that particular, that particular camera. So the NX Mini is the smallest out of the bunch. So that particular camera did not use the regular size NX lenses, but with this adapter, it will allow you to use NX lenses. So that's why I was very interested in this auction, and looking at the price, I'm like, yo, that's a little too steep for me. So when I read his description, he was very flexible in making a deal. And so I just came up with a deal that I thought would be beneficial for him and me. And so, believe it or not, I paid $500 for all this. Now, was that a lot for a 4.5-year-old camera? Technically. Because if you look at the bodies that are being sold on eBay, the bodies are, I've seen one as low as 65 with shipping, some as high as 100, and then the lenses by themselves are $150, $170, $200, you know, just for the lenses that normally come with the camera. And then for the, like I said, the very rare adapter, you can't find this adapter anywhere on eBay. Go ahead and look. I dare you to try. I looked for weeks, could not find it. And so because it was included in this particular package, this auction, that's why I had to jump on it, because I could probably, I mean, if people still have NX Minis in the world, for those who want this particular adapter, I could probably sell that for a good, I don't know, depending on the demand. Maybe $300, who knows? So, like I said, just having that adapter to have more various lenses to use with the camera was a no-brainer for me. So getting it for $500 was great for me. So I had the camera, and now I'm about to do my quick review on it. Actually, before the review, let me just show you more of the picture. So as you can see, the camera, it's white. It came white. And like I said, that's the NX lens that come with it. And this person was very immaculate as far as keeping stuff for the camera. So it came with all the manuals, came with cases for the lenses. I mean, it's nice. It's very nice condition. This particular lanyard was not included. So it came with a 64 gigabyte micro SD card. Came with the battery. Battery was pretty immaculate as well. Like I said, it came in very, very, very good condition. So I got definitely leave feedback for this person, and he had good communication even after the sale. So camera came in white, like I said, lots of cases, lots of lenses. So it was pretty cool. Now here's the bag that I'm carrying my camera in. As you can see, it's not your regular big old camera bag with all your lenses. This camera is so small it can fit in this bag, and I got a lens in here as well. Actually, two lenses, one in the camera and with the other in another compartment. So carrying this little bag right here that I can fit in one hand, carrying it, on the side, when I'm traveling, or with this nice little clip here, I can put it on my pants. Easily accessible, doesn't weigh me down. So this right here, already great investment. So before showing the camera, I got to tell you that I wanted to spruce up my camera a little bit, but they did not have for this camera, because it's 4.5 years old and no one's selling stuff for it anymore. I wanted to get this nice little leather trim on the outside. I mean, it looks really good on this camera, and want to get a little hump for it too, because it didn't come with a hump, so I can hold it nicely when I'm taking pictures. So what you're about to see here is my MacGyver style thinking of putting that little extra spruce on my camera. So don't laugh. I mean, you're probably going to laugh anyway, but don't laugh too hard. So here is my Samsung NX1. Yeah, it looks great on this side, right? Look at that nice white. Look at how pretty. Look at all those features. Look at all the buttons and stuff. But don't laugh too hard. I know, it looks like a giant Lego. It just looks like I put this together. I didn't want it all white. Like I said, I wanted the hump. So I bought this. This was for the Sony RX100 Mark III. So decided to put it on here, and I bought this leather trim thing. This was also for the Sony RX100 Mark III, but I had to do some cutting and things like that to get it to trim and look kind of good. If you look at it far away, it looks great. Look at it up close. Like I say, don't laugh too hard. Look at that. That's ugly. But it's mine. I'm happy with it. So like I said, I got the black and white going on. So like I said, I didn't do too bad of a job with trying to put that leather trim on here with the little hump. So like I said, holding it, it's more of a joy holding it like this. So go ahead and get that idea. If you're interested in getting that, I'll put links for where I got this from. But anyway, compare this to the Sony RX100 Mark III. Size-wise, sorry, I had to look for it. I'm about to steal this lanyard from my wife. But anyway, size-wise, this is not thinner. This one is definitely thinner than the Sony RX, but this one is smaller by width. This one is a little bit longer by width. Just by, I would say, half an inch or so, maybe an inch. But like I said, I really like this because it's small, but it has interchangeable lenses. That right there is wonderful. So using this, I'm not going to use this anymore. This is not my wife's camera. She now uses it for herself. She loves it, but I'm about to steal that later. Or lanyard. I keep saying it wrong. Lanyard. But anyway, what I like about it, small and interchangeable lens. Here's a 9mm pancake lens. There's a button release that's under my monstrosity of leather trim, but you press on the button, turn it, lens comes right off. Look how thin that is. Look how small that is. Compared to other lenses on other cameras, that is definitely delicious. A 1-inch sensor. Lens back on. It has little opening here where you can put an external flash on here, so it's not really a hot shoe. And I do have the flash. It did come with the camera. And it also has pop-up flash, which is awesome. How do I put up the pop-up flash? I forgot how to do that. I don't know if there's a button under here. I forgot, but I'll tell you about that later. Anyway, the screen does flip up. So if you wanted to do selfies, and there I am. That's right. I'm actually Superman. So you want to do selfie videos and things like that. It turns right on when you flip it up, so that's kind of cool. That's readily available. And it does have a technology where if you wink at the camera, it will take a selfie in 3 seconds, which is pretty awesome. But if you want it quicker, you just press the shutter button. So as far as taking pictures and everything on the camera, the shutter speed is not as fast as the Sony RX100 Mark III, but still fast. Still fast. A couple milliseconds slower than the Sony, but still a great camera. So it does take wonderful pictures. Has lots of different modes for you to take pictures in. So you have auto mode, smart camera mode, program mode, aperture priority, shutter priority, and that'll probably make the shutter faster. Manual, so you can do all the adjustings and stuff, and Wi-Fi. I haven't tried a lot of these modes out. I just usually put it on auto because, again, I am no expert when it comes to taking pictures. As you can see, when it comes to video smoothness, it's a little choppy when it comes to looking at things compared to the Sony RX 100 Mark III. A lot smoother. And this camera has video stabilization. The NX Mini does not have video stabilization. I think it has OIS, which is the optical image stabilization, but that is, I can't select it on this camera for whatever reason, but I have to do some more research to find out how to access that. But I think it does have some kind of image stabilization, but from what I've read in a lot of reviews, it doesn't really have it. But this one does. So this one is a better camera when it comes to taking still pictures or even moving pictures. So keep the video still while taking pictures. So like I said, still a great camera, still a wonderful camera, but does not have interchangeable lenses. And that right there is a deal breaker for me. So that goes to the wife. And like I said, this one here does not have, it has, like I said, pop-up flash, but does not have a viewfinder. But that's okay, because I'm going to use the screen as my viewfinder anyway. I barely used the viewfinder on the Sony when I was using it. And I did buy accessories, like I said, along with the piece up together job that I did with that. I did buy a what do you call it? Screen protector. This particular screen protector is anti-glare. So as you can see with the light directly on it, it looks like it's glaring, but you know, if you're having a direct sunlight and taking pictures, you're not going to get a lot of glare on here because it's anti-glare. So using this as the viewfinder, even the direct sunlight, is still going to be a joy. I'm still going to be able to see, you know, everything I need to see without making adjustments. So, like I said, as far as shutter speed, it's not as fast as the Sony, but it's still good. But the focus, though, the focus using the Hanky thing, look how cool that focus is. Look how fast it focuses. That is wonderful. That is absolutely great. See the little green light as it tries to, you know, get the lighting and all that stuff. So it's really, really cool. So good camera in my personal opinion. And like I said, because of the interchangeable lenses. So goodbye Sony. Hello. And let me turn it off so change lenses. And it turns out pretty fast too, which is awesome. So I take the lens off, put a new one on. So here's this one coming off. And here's the 9 to 27 millimeter lens. And you just twist it on, boom, shakalaka. Comes right on, a little bit bigger, and it's manual zoom, so it's not auto zoom. Turn this bad boy on. You're not gonna be able to see anything until you zoom out the lens. That's how it comes on. So as you can see, Yeah, you may have to manually zoom it, but who cares? I like messing with it sometimes. So take a little zoom here, minus 27 millimeter. Like I said, nice little zoom. Nice little zoom for vacation and taking pictures, things like that. So that's pretty cool. And now let me show you the other lens that I got, which is the NX lens. So here is the other lens that I have that came with in the auction. This is the Samsung NX 50 to 200 millimeter lens. As you can see, it's huge. So you can zoom in without being close to a person, you know what I'm saying? If you're taking pictures while you're on vacation, it's all good. Got a little cover to block sunlight. So that's what's up. And as you see, you can manually zoom, but it does have the choice between autofocus and manual focus. So this lens I've been seeing on eBay has been selling for $200, $250, you know what I'm saying? So I got a really good deal, you know, with getting this package. And look at no scratches on the lens. This person really took care of it. And here is the coveted, and I mean super rare, NX to NX mini mount. You can't find this mount anywhere. Go ahead and try. You ain't gonna find it. If I decide to sell it, which I'm not, because I want different lenses. If I do sell it, $500 minimum. $500 minimum. Like I said, it is rare. You can't find it. You can't even find it overseas, international. Good luck trying to find it. I got one of the last ones on the planet. So I'm very happy with this. And to hook it on the same way. You just put it on, slide it, click, boom, ready to go. Yes, the lens is way heavier than the camera, so you hold the lens more than you hold the camera. Turn this bad boy on. Bam! So like I said, it has auto focus, and because it's big and this lens was not made for it, it may take a little longer to actually focus. So let me try to focus on this PS4 controller. So you can hear it's going to click, 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 click. Take a picture. Not the greatest picture. Not the greatest. Not good in low light, pretty much. But still, having the option of having this huge lens for this little old camera doesn't make it cumbersome. I mean, it's a nice thing. It's a nice addition. But I would have to carry a huge bag for this lens, for the camera and the lenses, or just have a separate bag for this lens. And I'm not really looking at that. So I'm not going to really keep this lens. I'm probably going to sell the lens, keep the adapter, but sell the lens because that is huge. My whole purpose was to try to get all my camera and lenses in one little easy to carry bag. So I do have some options on my mind. So a couple days ago, I've ordered a couple of mounts, and I've ordered a couple of vintage lenses that are small enough, hopefully, to put in that bag. And I got one that is of a zoom quality lens, and I will do a review on that lens when I get it. Hopefully I'll get it by the end of the week, so I can have the video on the weekend. But like I said, having this lens defeats my purpose of having a small compact camera with small compact lenses. Like I said, even though it's a very nice lens to use, especially with the mount, and it stays right in place, look at that, it doesn't even fall off, it just defeats the purpose for portability. But look at how cool that looks though. But long story short, I got a very good deal on this package. And like I said, especially just for the adapter alone, I got a really good deal. And this was the only auction that had this adapter. Go ahead and try to look for one on eBay. You ain't gonna find one. So, good deal overall. All in all, small compact camera with cool pancake lenses, small lenses to use with it. Very, very portable. Very, very light. Very easy to handle. Very nice to use. Pretty good shutter speed. Not the best, like I said. Sony just eats up the competition when it comes to shutter speeds and picture quality. I'm always going to give it to Sony. I'm always going to have love for the RX100 Mark III. Always going to have love for you. So at times I'll still be using the camera, even though it's my wife's now. But me personally, I just love the interchangeable lenses in such a tiny form factor of the camera. So this right here, it's going to be used. This is now my daily camera driver. So this is it. I'm not buying any more cameras. I'm done. I thought I was done with this, but now that I got this, this is it. So I'm going to find innovative ways of using other lenses for this with the adapters that are available for the camera. But long story short, this is great for me. Like I said, as far as traveling and having things in my person, this is going to be absolutely fantastic to use. So that is the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed my little review of what's going to work for me. Again, old to you, new to me. I love it. I definitely love the weight. So hopefully if you like the review and you're interested in getting one of these, try to find one that has lenses that come with it. So because trying to buy the lens separately, it's going to cost you as much as buying a newer camera with the image stabilization already on there, the autofocusing, things like that. So you might as well just get yourself a nice Sony NEX camera or a cheaper Alpha type camera from Sony. But if you want this, small form factor, small lenses, then definitely get this, but get one that already has lenses with it. So if you like the video, of course, leave a thumbs up and leave comments or questions if you have any down below, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe to my channel and tell your friends about my channel, and I hope to see you in my next video.